Okay folks, the Sunseeker Fat Tad accessory build continues. Today I'm building the accessory bar and the where I attach my sun top. Like you guys watch my videos, you know that I live out here in Las Cruces. It's really hot down here in the summer, so staying out of the sun is important. If you don't like getting cancer, you can't put on enough sunscreen to take care of that. Best thing to do is just stay out of the sun. Anyway, it has to be the distance from here to the other side for the kayak cover to fit in here correctly. So I probably bought twice as much stuff as I needed, but I don't like running back and forth to the hardware store when I'm building something. I kind of dreamed up several issues and scenarios and see how it goes. So let's go through this together. I'd say let's go for a ride like I did last night, but it was snowing this morning in Las Cruces and I ain't going outside. I'm staying in my garage, got my little heater. It's all I need, toasty warm, right here. Let's do this right now. So first things first, I'm gonna line this up. I'm gonna eyeball this. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm gonna make this 90 degrees to the upright pole. I'm gonna drill a hole through here. I have an assortment of bolts and I'll pick the shortest one that will accomplish going into the PVC fitting and through the backside out here, straight through, bolt down. That will secure this and it will negate it from being able to turn, because I want this to be rigid. So that's what I'm going to do now. So here I drilled that hole. Actually needs to be a little bigger. Let's knock that out a little bigger. Okay. Kind of 90 degrees. Smitty, how can you do this to your brand new trike? Because that's what I do. It's the street rodder in me. It voids your warranty. What warranty? I ain't gonna tell him. Are you gonna tell him? I ain't gonna tell him. Okay. Ran the bolt through the back. Right there, came in right there, and it's going to come out through here. Put a washer on it. And a lock washer, if I can find one. Put the nut on. Put a hose clamp just for safe measure. I think I'll put one on the top and the bottom. Probably should have got a hex set out and used the right tool, but I'm lazy today. Oh yeah, that really did a nice job. Okay, let's do the top. Okay, let's drop this one on the top. Okay, let's put this cap back in here. Put the top back on, see if it'll fit. All right, I like to paint as I go, so I'm gonna skewer this a little bit just to get the overspray off. It's black on black, but I don't want to get my beautiful red paint. Quick color, cheap, but man, it comes out nice. Okay, well this is drying up. I'll start fitting up my next part. Hopefully this goes in, and it does. This doesn't have to be real tight here. Can't see with my glasses on, even my bifocals. This doesn't have to be tight because once it's glued up, it ain't gonna back out. Well, I'll just take it down a little bit. I'll put a little water pump plier on this thing right here like this and just put some oomph on it. Call that good. Good, good, good. Very strong. Strong like bull. Like bull. Strong like bull. Good, good, good. So what I've got to do now is make sure that that bar doesn't hit me in the head when I'm reclined. And if I get a headrest later, will it fit? I think I'm okay there. We'll dry fit it and see if it'll hit. So I'll just put a temporary piece of PVC in here. Schedule 40 to see if this will work. Oh yeah, that's way back there. I ain't gonna need back that far. That'll work. Okay, I'm gonna try to insert this 6-inch nipple down into this. All the way down. And then that'll go inside here, like that. Like the other side, I've already done one. Put it over there. So what I'm doing is I'm drilling this out. I want it to be a tight fit because it's going to wedge up inside of here to great tension. See how that works. Perfect. I want this to go down in there. See, it bottoms out. That's as far as it's going to go. So I'll get it in there and I'll screw it in because the threads are on the bottom. And it's going to bite into that. Once I get this all set up and get my PVC across, I'll take I've got a nut that goes on the top of this. I can screw this in, and because of the shape of this, it's going to try to thread itself into this lower part so it doesn't pull it out. That's where my flagpoles are going to go, at 2 foot apart. So, different than the TerraTrack, if you remember that one. But it's kind of funky, but let's see how it looks. Looks like a custom roll bar. Okay, I cut this piece down to 23. Because these need to be 23.5 apart on each side. The top's about 24, but I don't want it so tight it's hard to get on there. Tried it at 24, dry fitted it, and it was too hard. So I'm going to clean up this PVC. Okay, let's try dry fitting this thing in here. See what this measurement is. See what this is. That'll work. That'll work. Plenty of room. I hate this shit. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Now I'll put in this piece. I don't like a lot of extra, so you kind of sop it up. Like I was saying early on, this is a P-trap, a 3/4 inch P-trap, and because it is, the 6-inch nipple goes all the way down and the bottom threads are digging into the PVC down here because it's turned. And the way I'm going to seat that is to put that cap on that, and I'm going to just turn that brass fitting until it's threaded in there a bit. And then I just take the cap off. Yeah, that ain't coming out of there. That ain't no ghost. Woo! So what I can do is measure the top of the threads. It's 1 inch. 1 inch. Perfect. Perfectamundo. So what I got here next is a galvanized split ring tubing hanger, and this is this piece right here. Comes apart, and it's going to sit down on this tube right down here, and then this piece of all thread is going to go in here, and the all thread will go all the way through and bottom out. So if this clamp is a little big for this tube or whatever, you just run it down until it bottoms out and it'll tighten it up, and then these screws here do the same. It'll bolt down right there like that. I'll find the center mark in here and I'll drill through there, and then I'll put a nut on the bottom and maybe a couple of nuts on the top, maybe one down here to lock it all in. And what that'll do is provide some rigidity and some strength. I don't know if I need it, but I might. I'll go ahead and shoot some paint on this thing. Gotta wait to drying up. So this is the split hanger that I installed. A piece of ball thread threads into the top of it. There's a nut that I'm going to lock it down with. And then this all thread, once I get it tight, I can also run this all thread down to tighten up against this as well. I'll paint it all black. I still got to cinch it down with a screwdriver. This will also keep the system from wanting to tilt out. Once I put the top on, it's going to want to pull this forward. So this will keep that from happening, from rotating. Okay, a lock washer on there. Run that up, run this down. There's a lock washer on top. Not too tight. Woo! Boy, this sucker's secure. Okay, and then I'll spray paint it, touch it up. That thing's on there. Now, if you roll this thing, that ain't gonna help you. It's plastic, right? PVC. Right, to start fitting this top on here. Okay. These tent poles, they're just like tent poles. You got a piece of bungee in there and they snap together just like when you build a tent. I'm gonna take these two sections off. So to do that, I'm gonna pull this out. And then I'm gonna cut this up here and take the end off and tie the knot and put the other piece back in there. If I need to cut it down again, I can. Once you cut it too short, you're kind of messed up. So don't cut it too short. Stay long and trim it down if you need to. Okay. Pair of scissors. Kind of hard to deal with. But you cut that off and you leave that vice grip on there so you can get this end off over here. Pull that out, right there like that. We're gonna take that knot out. Tie this back onto the end of that over there. Put back in there. Should have made it a little longer. It's kind of hard to deal with. Now hopefully that's not too long, because if it is, then I'm gonna have to cut this. You can do it, same process, you'll just end up having to cut this. But I'm gonna try it there. Like I said, better long than short. Something like that. I still got to put the bolt on the front, carriage bolt. It's a little taller than the other one is.